This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
The light of the moon shone as brothers Will and Alvin Odell worked their herd of stolen horses toward the eastern side of Bullhead Mountain. They were eager to meet the rancher who would buy good horseflesh, no questions asked. The Odells had to be cautious, naturally, as experience had taught them never to relax their guard completely. At any moment someone might challenge them, demanding to know why they were driving horses so close to midnight on Christmas Eve. Should not all good ranchers be home in bed on such a special night? But shortly after midnight someone did yell out, "Halt! Halt!" The Odell brothers took no time to determine who challenged their right to be driving horses so late at night. They both jerked their six-shooters, knowing now they had to fight whoever it might be, no matter whom and no matter how many. Was it the county sheriff? An ambitious deputy sheriff? An angry mob of ranchers? Texas Rangers? What the Odells never realized was the challenge came from a posse, a mixed group of lawmen who had discovered where they were going to be at that late hour of the night. Besides a deputy sheriff and other ranchers deputized just for this specific piece of work, the posse also contained Texas Rangers, young rangers who were brave and reckless. After the demand to halt, to surrender, no sooner than the words rang in their ears, it became a matter of life and death. Lawmen and horse thieves shooting at each other in the dark made it a matter of kill or be killed. It was early Christmas morning, 1889, and one of the men whom the Odell brothers chose to fight with deadly weapons was Texas Ranger John R. Hughes. This was not the first gunfight John Hughes experienced, nor would it be his last. Over a decade before, he had handled the big rifles which brought down buffalo up in Kansas. When hide hunters had nearly wiped out the buffalo herds, he turned to cattle driving and made more than one trip up the trail to the wild and woolly Kansas end of trail towns where the memory of such lawmen as Wild Bill Hickok, Wyatt Earp, and Bat Masterson was fresh in the minds of the locals. Before becoming a Texan, he had traded with reservation Indians, Comanche and Kiowa, and had lived with members of the Osage tribe. Hunting buffalo, raising cattle, and trading with the Indians was not to be John R. Hughes' role in life. The call from Texas reached his ears, and the idea of raising horses and becoming a successful horse trader appealed to him, and not only him, but his brother Emory as well. The Hughes brothers started a ranch in central Texas, a few miles northwest of Austin, the capital city. Although cattle had replaced the buffalo, and Austin was far from a wild frontier community, raising horses was not a child's game. Wolves roamed the unfenced ranches, and Hughes lost more than one young colt to a wolf pack. But whereas wolves could pluck one or two young horses from their Running H ranch to satisfy their hunger, more dangerous packs existed which could wipe out a rancher's herds in a single raid. Horse thieves were the scourge of the western frontier as well as more civilized areas of Texas. In 1883, such a pack of horse thieves did raid the Running H ranch, taking 16 head from his herd as well as a good number of his neighbors' horses. It proved to be a highly successful raid for the thieves, but a devastating loss to the ranchers. John R. Hughes was not a man to go to the local sheriff for help. After all, his authority ended at the county line. Hughes decided he would become the law. He would follow the trail of the thieves and either return with the stolen horses or not return at all.